edition for the 1994 racing season of Speedway This Week. This is year number 2 of being on camera shooting from Auburn.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back and we're bad.
We're back with a vengeance, as a matter of fact. The whole crew is here to give you the best show that we can give you. We've got Mark Tuning on camera doing a super job. We've got a new key grip by the name of George Winthy. We've even got a new microphone.
We got new t-shirts.
What do you think of this? Okay, we're hot, we're back. But you know what, Ron? What are the predictions going to be for this year?
Well, we're here for Speedway, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for. We're here to put on some Speedway. Predictions. Well, there's a lot of things happening. Alan Christian quit. After 20 years or more, he finally decided that it's time to back away from Speedway. He spent, he was in the National Championship last year, and after doing that and riding what he said was the finest motorcycle he'd ever ridden.
That was a Rose Racing machine, of course.
Rose Racing machine. He decided to quit, and so Ed Rose put Bobby Head in the Blaze on his machine.
That's going to make for some exciting racing. Alan Christian will definitely be missed, but Bobby the Blaze is going to... Bobby the Blaze, if anybody can turn like Christian, I guess it'd have to be Bobby,
It'll be the Blaze, yeah.
You bet.
And, Paul Orlandi is back. Paul Orlandi, after a couple of years out, Paul Orlandi decided to come back. Number 5, the outside man, the Gray Fox, Paul.
Well, I know the 1994 season, Ron, we're expecting some real exciting things. We're expecting to see Speedway mushroom like no one's ever seen it before.
Boy, we hope so. We certainly hope so. We're going to put the quads on a lot this year, and we're going to show Division 2 as well as Division 1.
For the main events?
For the main events. So we're going to be putting a lot of good racing on TV. We're going to have some interviews, and we're going to talk to some people, and hey, this is a good show. Stick around. Rolling out of the pit gate right now, we've got our quad main event. But before we get into this race, let's go to Bob Hardy in the pits and introduce a couple of these riders.
What you folks at home need to understand is that racing these things, Mach 2 hair on fire, this is just like an open wheel kart. If you put your front wheel into the other guy's back wheel, guess what? You're airborne. How many times have you had your butt in the dirt?
60% of the time last year.
60% of the time. What's your name?
Brian Kuhn.
Brian Kuhn. Oh, yeah, Kuhn. Number 55. This guy's out in front a lot for like laps 1 and 2 and 3, and then we don't know where he goes. No, I'm just teasing you, Brian. But anyway, come out here to see Speedway, and you get to watch these quads go round and round, and you won't see too much follow the leader. These guys are out here to get serious. Like, look at this guy. Look at the paint on this helmet here. Look at this thing. I don't think he's out here to goof off. Are you out here to win, or are you out here just to
out here to win.
One more time?
Out here to win.
Well, good for you. Tell me, have you ever won a race?
I've won a few.
You won a few. What's the most prestigious race you've ever won?
Well, it was when I went to Alaska for the World Championships racing on ice, and I took 3rd in the world.
Is he making this up?
No.
3rd in the world? 3rd in the world? And what town do you live in?
I live right here in downtown Auburn.
You live in Auburn and you're 3rd in the world?
3rd in the world.
Well, I'm sure the rest of them are not asleep at the wheel. Yeah, what is your name anyway? Wait, you got it. Bacon, making bacon. Number 53.
That's it.
3rd in the world. Well, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
And what's in store for us tonight? Are you gonna lead the pack or keep the dirty side up?
Well, we're gonna go out there and really see what we can do.
Well, we'll get.
Track looks good, and we're gonna go to the front.
Well, tonight on Speedway This Week, you're going to get to see the main event from the quads. That's something new we'll be showing you each and every week from Auburn Speedway. So sit back, relax, grab onto your painted helmet, and get ready to go for a ride.
We got our quad main event. Number 28, Vern Souza in the pole position. Number 53, Steve Bacon. Third World Bacon up against the wall. Brian Kuhn, number 55, jumps out in front. Bacon on the outside. Whoa, we got a tangle up here. Those are those open wheels that Bobby was telling you about. Out in front, we got number 55, Brian Kuhn. Number 28, Vern Souza in second place. Hot Pursuit is third place. number 53, Steve Third World Bacon. Putting on a fine ride out in front, we've still got Brian Kuhn, number 28 in second place, Vern Souza. Number 53 in third, Steve Third World Bacon. Brian Kuhn holding on. White flag out, last lap, here we go. Brian Kuhn, Vern Souza, and Steve Bacon going to the checkered flag. 1, 2, and 3. And Third World Bacon pulls in another third. That was tonight's quad main event. Okay, as our support class riders prepare to do battle on this tight dirt oval, let's go to Bob Hardy in the pits talking with Bart Simpson Bast.
Bart Simpson Bass, the three probably most common words spoken at Auburn Speedway. Bart, you had a terrific year last year. You were track champion. You seem really, really fast tonight. Tell us, what should we expect to see from you this year?
I don't know. Just try hard, try to win. I'm on a different kind of bike this year, and tonight's my first night on it.
What's different about the bike, Bart?
I'm on a different motor. I used to run a Westlake, and this is a Jawa, and it seems to work real good.
Yeah, it looks like you're hooking up real good, fast through the turns. There was a lot of talk about some changes for Speedway this year. I was reading in Cycle News. What are your feelings about some of the changes they wanted to make, like the nitro and the larger rear wheel and that sort of thing?
I think the larger rear wheel, which is a rule, that passed, and it'll make for better racing on the outside. But the rest of it, the nitro and all the laydown motors and the front ends, is just going to make us spend a whole bunch of money that we're not making. I'm kind of against it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're real fast the way you're set up now, and you're always a lot of fun to watch, and we sure appreciate the show.
Thank you.
You bet.
Right, rolling out right now is our support class main event. This is a handicap main event, which means that these gentlemen will be staggered according to their ability. The farther back you are, the better your ability. On the 0-yard line, we're going to have number 213, Sean McDonald. Next to Sean, we're going to have number 135, Kim Darwazi. Number 148, Creed Lear, will start off the 10-yard line. Off the 20, number 290, Joe Teachin. Way back there on the 30, we're going to have number 114, Mark Squadrino, and number 219, Lupin Larry Hasman. Here we go! Sean McDonald out in front with his best foot forward. Kim Darwazi in second place. Creed Lear coming up in third. Joe Teachin in fourth place. Joe Teachin right now on the outside making his move. Sean McDonald still out in front. Kim Darwazi goes wide. Joe Teachin on the outside of Creed Lear, and underneath Kim Darwazi, Joe Teachin comfortably with second place right now. Creed Lear holding on to third. Kim Darwazi drops back to fourth and now fifth. Whoa, Creed Lear getting a little out of shape. Creed Lear drops back a place or two. Out in front, we've still got Sean McDonald, Joe Teachin in second, Mark Squadrino making his move. Mark Squadrino having wheel trouble. White flag out, last lap, here we go. Sean McDonald holding on, heading for that checkered flag. Joe Teachin in second place, Mark Squadrino in third. Here we go to the checkered flag. 1, 2, 3. And Sean McDonald starts off his season with his first support class win of the season. A nice way to go. That, ladies and gentlemen, was our support class main event. All right, at the pit gate right now, we've got our Division I handicap semi, the first semi of the evening. On the 30-yard line, we're going to see number 27, Kelly Bennett. Also on the 30, number 40, Tommy Eden. Back there on the 40, we got three gentlemen sharing the 40-yard line. We got number 3, Robert the Kid Curry. Number 22, they call him the bad boy, Bobby Hicks. And number 7, Harlan Bass Jr. Way back there on the 50 is number 1, Bart Simpson Bass. George Carter brings them in. Here we go. Handicap semi number 1. Kelly Bennett jumps out in front. That looks like Tommy Hedden around on the outside. Kelly Bennett up underneath. Tommy Hedden on the outside. Robert Curry in third place. Tommy Hedden now out in front. Kelly Bennett in second. Robert Curry putting on some pressure. Bart Simpson Bass comes up underneath brother Harlan Bass Jr. Harlan dropping back into 5th. Bobby Hicks on the outside. Still out in front, we've got number 40, Tommy Hedden, Robert Curry in 2nd place now. Bart Simpson Bass moves into 3rd as Kelly Bennett goes wide. White flag out, last lap, here we go. Handicap semi number 1, Robert Curry goes wide. Bart Bass moves into 2nd place. Into the checkered flag, we've got Tommy Hedden, Bart Simpson Bass, and Robert the Kid Curry. Those 3 gentlemen go to the main event. Nice ride, Tommy. All right, as the Rose Racing team prepares for Handicap Heat Racer Semi number 2, let's see if we can catch up with Ed and ask him about Alan Christian.
You want me to talk to him?
Yeah, go to ask him about Alan Christian.
How you doing tonight, Ed? We're going to come over to the pit area and have a real interview with you in a little bit, but I just wanted to stop by real quick and find out what Alan's going to be up to this season. He's sure going to be missed out here.
Yeah, he was telling me he raced 23 seasons steady.
No kidding, and he went out a champion. We saw him down at Nationals last year. We saw you there yourself. He sure went out on top, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was real fortunate. He walked away from it. Physically, he's in good shape. And,
you know, what's up for Rose Racing? We see you got Bobby Hedden riding this really fast machine tonight. Anything else in your stable we need to know about?
no, I'm helping a few fellows, Jeff Norton, and doing this season here, I'm sponsoring one person only, which would be Bobby.
Well, you got a real fast rider on your hands there, and he sure has the best equipment out here.
I got a tagger by the tail. Huh?
Yeah, you do. We wish you guys all the best this season.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Good to see you.
All right.
Okay, at the pit gate right now, we've got our Handicap Semi number 2. Right here we got Bobby Hedden, who's going to be back there on the 40-yard line. With him is going to be number 21, Brent Warner, and number 15, Dustin, the ever-changing Dustin Schroeder. In front of Dustin is going to be number 34 on the 20-yard line, Johnny Grant, and Vance Felicio, number 10 on the 10, way back there on the 50-yard line behind everybody else. Number 81, the Jammer, Jimmy Sizemore. George Carter brings him in. Uh-oh. And the ever-changing Dustin Schroeder jumps the gun, earning him a back slot with the Jammer. Try this one again. George Carter brings him in. Here we go. Jumping out in front, Vance Felicio with Johnny the Mountain Man Grant in 2nd place. Brent Warner jumps up into 3rd. Vance Felicio holding on. Brent Warner on the outside. Brent Warner on the outside coming around Johnny the Mountain Man Grant. Johnny Grant having little problems there. Uh-oh. Brent Warner jumps into 2nd place. Vance Felicio keeping it tight, holding on to the lead. The Jammer moves up into 3rd. Jimmy Sizemore, number 81, in 3rd place. Sizemore trying the outside line. Brent Warner dropping down inside. Vance Felicio still holding on to the lead. 3 men go to the main event. Brent Warner putting some pressure on Vance Felicio. This is the last lap. White flag out. Felicio goes a little wide. Vance trying to hold on. Brent Warner moves into 1st. Jimmy Sizemore in tow, comes into 2nd place. Vance shutting him down. That was a close one. And the official ruling, Vance Felicio pulls out 2nd place. The Jammer in 3rd with Brent Warner and winning that one. These 3 men go to the main event. All right, moving right now into the scratch portion of our program. This is where we take 4 riders and have them battle it out for 4 laps. 2 men go to the main event, 2 men go to the consolation. And in this semi, we're going to see on your left here, number 22, the bad boy, Bobby Hicks, will be on the pole position. Next to Bobby will be number 1, Bart Simpson Bass, in the number 2 position. In the number 3 box here on your left, you're going to see number 13, the Kano Mike Kane, and up against the wall, the man from Southern California, number 21, Brent Warner. All right, George Carter loads him in, and here we go. Handicap semi number 1. Bart Bass jumps out in front. Brent Warner on the outside. Brent Warner putting it on. Bart Bass in second place. Now Brent Warner out in front. This is a 4-lap event. Brent Warner now out in front. Bart Bass in second place. Looks like Bobby Hicks in third, and Nakano drops back to fourth. 2 men go to the main event. 2 laps down, 2 to go. Brent Warner, Bart Bass, Bob Hicks, and Mike Kane. The man from Southern California up here getting the white flag last lap. Showing him what to do. Bart Bass still in second place. A comfortable place to be if you want to go to the main event. Going to the checkered flag, number 21, Brent Warner, and number 1, Bart Simpson Bass. Bobby Hicks and Mike Kane go to the pits. Moving right now into our second scratch semi, we're going to see on the pole position, number 16, Rocket Rich Marcucci, shown here on your left. Next to him in the number 2 box, we're going to see number 3, Robert the Kid Curry. Up against the wall, we're going to have number 93, Daryl Busby. And in the number 3 position, which was not pictured here, we're going to see the jammer, Jimmy Sizemore. All right, George Carter loads him into the box. Rich Marcucci on the pole, Curry in the second position, the jammer in number 3, Daryl Busby against the wall. Here we go. Moving out in front is the jammer, Jimmy Sizemore, number 81. Second place right now is in dispute. Looks like it's in the hands of Rich Marcucci. Robert Curry putting some hard pressure. Busby on the outside. Busby dropping back. Marcucci holding on to second place. Curry bringing him around, shutting him down. Marcucci having problems. Curry moves now into second place. Jammer way out front. Robert Curry getting that second transfer position. 2 men will go to the main event and do battle with Bart Bass and Brent Warner. White flag out. Last lap to go. And it looks like we're going to have the jammer, Jimmy Sizemore, number 81. And Robert Curry, if he can hold on to the checkered flag. We've got Sizemore and Curry going to the main event to do battle with Brent Warner and Bart Simpson Bass.
Here we are with Jess Ochoa. Jess is trackside tonight. Last year we got to see Jess win quite a few races. What's going on this season, Jess? How come you're not in leathers?
I just decided that I'm going to spend a little more time with my son this year, and we got another one on the way. It just takes a lot of time, and I don't know. I decided to sit this year out for right now.
Well, I'm real sorry to hear that. This is only the second night of racing for the 1994 season, and we noticed that you weren't on the track last week. But taking a look at your boy here, I can see where you probably have your priorities right. When's your next kid due?
My wife's 3 months pregnant, so 6 more months, I guess.
6 more months. Well, that's terrific. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And think we might see you back out here next year?
I don't know. I didn't think so, but, you know, I get out here and I watch these guys, and it sure makes me want to ride again. So
It gets the blood boiling, doesn't it?
It does. It does. You never know. You never know. We'll see what happens.
Well, listen, we wish you the best of health and good luck, and good luck to your bride, and hope your new little brother or sister, everything goes real well with them. And Jess, thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
You bet.
Take care.
All right, moving right now into our handicap main event, we're going to have on the 10-yard, number 10, Vance Felicio, all by himself. Back behind Vance on the 30-yard line, we're going to see number 40, Tommy Hedden. Behind Tommy on the 40-yard line, we're going to have 2 gentlemen here. Number 3, Robert the Kid Curry on your left there, and number 21, Brent Warner, shown there on your right. Back there on the 50, we're going to have number 1, Bart Simpson Bass, joined by number 81, Jimmy Sizemore, who once again is not pictured here. This is the handicap main event. Okay, and as our riders bump off from the pit gate here, we're going to get this thing underway. First Vance Felicio, then Tommy Hedden bump off. For those of you who are new to this sport, I wanted to let you know these motorcycles are 500cc, single cylinder, fueled on methanol. They have no transmission and no brakes. The right foot peg is fixed to the motorcycle. It does not pull back, and there is nothing on these motorcycles they don't need. One of those things is a Kickstarter. They have to be pushed to get them fired up. Brent Warner there warming up his tire. This is the main event. George Carter brings them in. Vance Felicio on the 10-yard line. Tommy Hedden, Robert Curry, Brent Warner, here we go. Jimmy Sizemore, Bart Bass, there, and the gate's up. Vance Felicio out in front. Brent Warner jumps into third place there. Tommy Hedden ahead of Brent Warner. Jimmy Sizemore coming up underneath. Brent Warner on the outside. Tommy Hedden in second place. Vance Felicio out in the lead. On the outside, we got Brent Warner trying to make the outside line work. Jimmy Sizemore keeping it tight. Bobby Hedden holding him off. Excuse me, Tommy Hedden, number 40. Tommy Hedden holding him off. Vance Felicio trying to hang on. 3 men abreast arguing over to second place. Jimmy Sizemore comes up underneath. Sizemore underneath. Warner on the outside. Vance Felicio holding on desperately to that first place. Vance Felicio trying to make a go of it. Oh, last lap, Sizemore comes up underneath. Brent Warner on the outside. Vance Felicio drops back to fourth as Bart Bass comes up in the crowd. Jimmy Sizemore out in front. And to the checkered flag, we got Sizemore, Warner, and Bass. And Felicio, who led the race most of the way, pulls in a fourth place. It ain't over till it's over, ladies and gentlemen. That was our handicap main event for Division 1. Ladies and gentlemen, at the pit gate right now, we've got our 4 fastest riders. After a brief rest, they're coming out to draw for position for the scratch main event. When these gentlemen draw, we're going to have number 21 there on your right. We're going to see Brent Warner starting from the pole position. Next to Brent, we're going to see number 81, the Jammer, Jimmy Sizemore, who is not shown here. Next to Jimmy in the number 3 spot, we're going to have Robert the Kid Curry. And rounding out the field up against the wall, number 1, Bart Simpson Bass. This is the scratch main event. And as our riders bump off and get started, they're going to heat up their tires a little bit, come on around, and we're going to get this race underway and into the history books. Brent Warner and Jim Sizemore lighting them up. Sizemore, Curry, Bass, and Warner, scratch main event. Bart Bass getting a push from his dad, Harlan Bass Sr., who also races the second division, or the support class that we call it. Okay, as Bart Bass takes his position, George Carter will load them in. These gentlemen are going for 4 laps and a lot of money. Brent Warner on the pole, Jimmy Sizemore in the number 2 box, Robert Curry in the number 3. Here we go. To the first turn, we've got Brent Warner underneath. Uh-oh, we got a tangle up here. Looks like Curry and Sizemore had a little bit of a dispute as to who gets the real estate. We'll shake them down, roll them out, and do this one again. Sizemore gets his machine attended to. This is professional racing, and they are going for money. That's why it's so important to get there first. George Carter brings him back in. Here we go. Warner gets the nod once again as Curry and Sizemore go outside. Bart Simpson Bass up underneath. Curry on the outside. Oh, we lose Curry. Now it's a 3-man race with Warner way out in front. Bass and Sizemore having a dispute over who comes in second. Sizemore drops it back down inside. Bass holding on. Warner still holding on to that first place. 2 laps down, 2 more to go. Warner, Bass, and Sizemore in that order. White flag out, last lap. Anything can happen in this motorsport. Anything can happen. As we come around the last turn, Brent Warner with the checkered flag in his sights. And he gets it with Bart Bass pulling in a second. Jimmy Sizemore going a little wide. This one is in the history books. The first race of the season. Warner with a first, Bass with a second, Sizemore pulling in third, and Curry in a DNF situation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on Speedway this week. On behalf of Bob Hardy and myself, I'm Ron Porteous and Mark Tuning cameraman. We'd like to thank you, and we'll see you next week on Speedway This Week.